What's up everyone, welcome back to CYT channel. Today we have a very special video. Huge shout out to Adrian Harrow for showing us such an amazing place. So we're gonna check out a place called FE Spec Performance. And I heard there's lots of really special cars. Just so you know, I'm not a person who's very familiar with JDM cars. I love my FD3S, RX-7s, LFA, S2000 and all that. I love Japanese cars, but the only thing that really got me into JDMs would be the rotary engine, just because I really like how the story behind the engine, the aerodynamic that they went through to create the RX-7, stuff like that, you know. And it was sort of a last minute visit, so I wasn't able to bring my stabilizer. Especially there's gonna be a lot of niche cars, so some of it I would not be able to narrate or talk about anything about it. Yeah, thank you very much again, Adrian. You're amazing. Hopefully you guys will enjoy the video. Welcome back to CYT channel. Today we have a very special guest, Adrian. So we're here at FE Spec Performance in Blackburn.
That's right. But I've been working here for a couple of years, and Alan, the owner, has been running this business for over 10 years.
Yep.
So kind of his hobby.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a performance workshop, and also car collection, and also buying and selling parts. So we're a distributor for some HKS and some other big brands and Japanese brands. We do some importing, so it's kind of a big range of things. Yeah,
that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Well, since we're here, do you think there's any sort of like special car that you can show us?
We've got a couple of special cars, so yeah, maybe I can show you around a bit.
Cool.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me show you a couple of the cars. We already got some nice ones here in the front. These ones with the writing are a few fresh imports. So I've got this 33, that's a fresh import, and a sneaky one that we can show you in a second is actually a Mugen R, so that's a pretty rare Honda Civic. But in terms of these cars in front, this white one here is a top secret built R35, so that's an import from Japan that was built at top secret by Smokey Nagata and his team. So we're lucky enough to have 3 top secret demo cars from Japan. And the way you can tell is if they have a carbon roof on top, that means they were built at the shop.
Yeah.
because this carbon roof that you can see here is not a catalog part. So it's not something that you can buy from Top Secret. The only way to get that is by having the car built there at the shop. And if you come this way, we've got an R34 with a Nismo Fine Spec engine. So this engine was brought in from Japan and installed into the car. So a whole crate engine that's been put in. So this is something that you can buy from a Mori factory. Makes this car pretty special. This car also has some Z-Tune bits on, which you'll see is pretty common in our shop to have 34s with Z-Tune bits. So Z-Tune fender, Z-Tune front bar.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
If you come down, we've got two of the Nismo 380 RS. So this is a 350Z made by Nissan, or a Fairlady Z in Japan. But this was a super limited edition model version of the 350Z. Called the 380 RS, and this was a car that was only built for 300 units, and they built this as a homologation version of their Super Tycoon race car. So that's why it has this kind of extended front bumper and the aerodynamic side skirt and the extended rear bumper. And these cars, if you have a look in this black one here, they also have a 3.8 litre sport and stroked version of the factory 350Z engine. So
Damn.
yeah, so these are factory 3.8 litre, and they make a lot more torque than the 3.
I didn't realize that they have a Nismo version of the
Nismo version.
This generation.
You can see on this plaque here. So Nismo 380 RS made in 2007, Z33.
That's crazy.
And you can actually see that the model is Nismo 380 RS, so it's actually not. I guess it's not even a Nissan Fairlady Z. It's actually
it's
a Nismo,
entire different.
Yeah, it's a Nismo built car, which is really cool.
Wow.
So yes, these are 300 of these, and we've had 3 of them. We've had 2 at the moment, so a silver and a black car.
Yep.
And this silver car was modified in Japan to be more of a track spec, so it's got the advance. And then that leads us on to a few of the big hitters in the collection. This is a FE Spec tuner in Bayside Blue, so this is pretty much as popular as it gets when it comes to 34s. It's kind of the Fast and Furious Paul Walker spec. So this is currently being built into like a Mines replica, because there was a famous Mines car that was a Bayside Blue with the original decals, so we're doing kind of an homage to that with this car. And then the one just next to you, this is a real Nismo 400R. So obviously 40 of these cars were built by Nissan. And this is just,
they're really
extremely
rare.
rare. And the value of these has gone through the roof in the last couple of years.
I know.
These cars, asking price is roughly 2 million USD.
Yeah.
So
I think one of the Hong Kong YouTuber has a yellow one.
Yeah.
Richard, you probably heard of him, XRX.
Yeah, it was restored.
Yeah.
So you can see the original plaque. So this car's number 18.
Wow.
So, and the owner of the shop, he's had 3 400Rs as well. So
that's crazy.
2 white and a purple car.
Yeah.
You can see the original Structower Barb Race, and then this RBX GT2 engine that only came in the 400R. So there's a few cars that are custom cars that are being worked on, but in general, most of them are just part of the collection. This car here that you can see, this is also another Top Secret 35. This one was the demo car for Top Secret at the 2021 Tokyo Auto Salon. So this was on display there, and then after that show, Alan purchased the car.
I was actually at Auto Salon a couple of years ago.
This year's Top Secret car is also now part of our collection. It's at our shop in Japan.
Wow.
So we've got another
That's amazing.
car that will come over at some point.
That's quite a nice color as well.
Yes, this is the new gold that they do for Top Secret. It's different than the old one that they used to do on like their famous Supra and actually 34 GTR they had in that old color, but this is their kind of new bright gold that they do for their demo cars only, and all the original stickers and everything, and the Top Secret wheels. So
very nice.
If you come this way, I'll show you just a couple more cars. So this is what we were talking about. So this is a Mugen R, another very limited car that was only for the Japanese market.
Yep.
We're actually lucky enough to have 2 double Rs. We have another one over there, and I might show you that one because this one's just come in from Japan and it's still a little bit dirty.
Yeah.
You can see in terms of 34s, we've got another M spec here, and then we've got a V spec too. So
Wow.
more big hitter 34s. M spec obviously has the Napa leather interior.
Yeah.
We'll skip past this for a second and I'll show you the double R and then we'll come back.
Yep.
So yeah, this is our other double R. This one's very nice and clean. So yeah, another super limited production car for the Japanese market. So made by Mugen with Honda. All cars were in this red color from factory, and it has this body kit from factory, the Mugen wheels, the engine was modified, the suspension was modified, so it's effectively just a spec'd up version of the FD2R. See in here. And then maybe we'll just finish it off with 2 more cars.
Yeah.
We've got the HKS Zero R. So this car was built by HKS in the late 90s.
Yep.
And their goal with this car was to make an actual HKS production car. So kind of like Roof does with the Yellowbird, where they take a 911 and they kind of strip it down, rebuild it into their own car, but actually sell it as a Roof. This is what the goal was for HKS. So they were going to sell this car as an HKS car, and it was going to be called the Zero R. Unfortunately, they had 10 original cars that they were building. They needed to use those as to go through the production process. During that, they got up to the crash testing stage, and I think in Japan it was just too difficult at the time for them to make them like a road legal production car, and they scrapped the project. After that, they left the 10 cars in their shop under some tarps, and they just kind of left them to rot. And then in 2006, they pulled out a couple of the cars and they rebuilt them into these Edition 1, Edition 2, and Edition 3 Plus Zero Rs. And this is the final car that they built, which is the Edition 3 Plus. So what they did was they took the car, they cleaned up all the body, they resprayed it, put it all back together. They took the forged engine out, refreshed it. They returned it back to twin turbos, and then they just put the entire HKS parts catalog on the car.
Wow.
So, but a very unique car. Only 3 in existence. The one is in the Sultan of Brunei's collection, and then there's one in Japan, and there's the 3rd car.
That's the one, yeah.
Only 3 in terms of JDM tuner cars. About as rare as it gets.
Yeah.
And this car made 600 horsepower all the way back in 06, so pretty fast for the time on a pretty kind of old school setup, but has VCAM, has all the good bits. And if you look inside, it's got a fully bespoke interior. And if you have a look in the back, it actually has the fuel tank is in the back seat. So that's a fuel cell back there. And that's so that they could make the floor very aerodynamic.
That's so
So
crazy.
they put aerodynamic channels in the floor, and they put the exhaust through, and you can actually see that the exhaust comes out the rear bar just here.
Wow.
Engine built by Toyota. Toyota crate engine, ITBs, carbon airbox.
Whoa.
Yeah, very track spec.
Track ready, yeah.
Track ready, yeah. So it used to be tracked a lot.
That reminds me the ones that I see at Eastern Creek.
Yeah.
Like World Time Attack.
Yeah, definitely. It's very similar to kind of like a World Time Attack style car.
Yeah.
A few other cars,
NSX.
and then NSX. This car has 10,000 K.
Wow.
So
That's like a brand new car.
yeah, and then this R33 Series 1 has 4,000 original kilometers. So brand new car, pretty much. If you look at the interior, it's like brand new.
Yeah.
Oh, I can show you. 4,000 K original interior, so
I can still smell the new car smell.
It smells like new.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right? Yeah. So this car's so clean. Finally, it's a bit of a mess, but I'll show you in here. We have one more car. One more car I can show you. Pretty much the gem in the collection here is the R34 Z-Tune. So this is an original Z-Tune from Japan that was sent to a Mori factory and fully restored. So if you're across the original Z-Tune program, the way that they did it was they took the best example R34 V Spec 2 nerves, and Nissan actually bought those back, and then they turned them into these Z-Tunes, which was the final edition of the R34 GTR. So there are 19 original cars made. This was originally silver with a red interior, and then this car was sent back to a Mori factory, fully resprayed into Midnight Purple 3, and every nut and bolt, everything fully restored. So back down to 0 kilometers. And this car currently sits with 49 kilometers on the clock, so
wow.
It's barely been driven.
Yeah.
And we keep it in this special bubble here, completely protected.
Dust free.
Yeah, we take it out very rarely, but yeah, only for very special occasions.
Paint looks amazing.
Yeah. There's the Pikes. Car number 15.
Oh.
Yeah, this Z-Tune engine is only in the Z-Tune.
Ooh.
Yeah, so especially some of the ones down here, some of these LMGT4s and LMGT1s are very rare. So got like these are OG LMGT4, so with the sticker. So sticker means the OG wheel, and these are 19 inch. So this one and these ones are big dollar wheels. And then these ones here, original Nismo superfine mag wheels. So they're LMGT1, but they're a magnesium LMGT1.
Wow.
So these are very rare wheels.
Yeah.
So these and the ones on the blue V Spec 2 and the ones on the Zero R, those are actually Mines magnesium wheels.
Yep.
They're all very, very rare. So I think the Mines magnesium wheels maybe go for like $35,000.
Wow, that's crazy.
And
Yeah.
those LMGT4, GT500 wheels, they may be closer to 50 grand. So just for the set of wheels. Yeah. It's like a really nice S2000 or a set of wheels. And then
If you guys like the video, please do like and subscribe. This will help me a lot. See you next time.